And I guess the other question I had, you guys absolutely smashed it last year,
Mhm.
knowing you had a weird, I don't know, season-long loan for a coach.
Right.
Has that kind of like skewed everybody's expectations? Like what, like where do you go from there? Because I'm sure when it's like, okay, I mean, not that any of us have ever been put in this position for any team we root for, where it's like you have a caretaker manager for the year, everyone knows it, but like he's still going to try, and then he does that, and then he leaves, and then you bring another guy in. Are you still thinking, okay, well, this guy's taking the mantle from Jimmy Nielsen essentially, or is he coming in off the heels of that, really defy all expectations, get a lot of points, finish high on the table year that you had last year?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting because, with Jaidi, what we do take away from last season is that our front office and our ownership, they got that taste of success, right?
Yes.
And from what I understand in talking with them, they really liked that.
Hmm.
So, based on that,
Imagine.
now it's, do you kind of, turn back the clock and go back to year one where they were just getting their footing. I mean, our owners were self-admittedly had no idea
Hmm.
what it took to run a soccer team in this league, or just a soccer team in general. And they learned year one, and then they learned a lot from Jaidi in year two, and now going into year three, they're going to try to continue to build off of that success. And we kept a couple of key players, right? And obviously with Danny coming back, I mean that's absolutely huge, right? Um, it, it would be great if a couple of those other veterans came. I mean, you were talking about folks that are moving around the league. I mean, Alex Dixon was definitely someone who we were hoping would sign, and instead went over to Pittsburgh this last week, which was out of any place that he could have landed, that was probably the last place we wanted him to go, to be honest with you. But it's really. I think with Danny's leadership there, coming back as a year three guy, the front office kind of knowing what it's like to win. The support obviously grew last year. I mean, I know those are kind of the expected answers, but I think it is true in our case because year one we're still turning out and having fun and selling out games and
Hmm.
having a blast even when we lose. It made those wins that much better. I'm looking at you, Indy 11. But in year two, we almost kind of started to expect to win, which was a whole different mindset. So going into this
Yeah.
year, our front office is like, no, we're doing this to win.
Hmm.
Obviously, the long-term plan is to probably develop a club that can be, that sort of a stepping stone and selling team into developing players and then shipping them off into higher levels or higher paying salaries elsewhere. But as of right now, I think there was a lot to learn from last year rather than stepping back to where we were in year one.